Hey guys, so I am back and I'm really glad to finally be back. This last week has been crazy with school and tests and everything. But in this video, I just wanted to share my thoughts on the topic KONY 2012. Most people, there's a lot of people that I've noticed on the internet, and I've heard that there's a lot of things on the news about KONY. And for those of you who don't know about it, I can go ahead and post a link to the video down below in the description box. But basically, it's about rallying up Americans and even other countries, to go ahead and try and fight against child soldiers in Africa. Now, I think it's a good thing. Obviously, it's always a good thing to go ahead and help other people, especially if they're in a really dire situation. But it's really up to the individual to, really to think about what is happening and whether or not you are for or against this rallying. One thing I was thinking about when I was watching the video about KONY 2012 and the people who are behind it and trying to help out these children and their families and things like that. First of all, the video is really long. It's like half an hour long, so it's sort of like a movie, like a short film sort of thing, and that's exactly what I felt it was. It was a short film. It seemed so theatrical. Like, it was great, the way they edited it, the way they filmed it. It was great, but it felt theatrical, like it felt movie-like, as if it was like a movie, I was hoping it's in the short film, they didn't really give you a whole lot of facts. Again, that's something, if you're not really sensitive about that, that's totally fine. But that's just something I noticed in the film. It's like there wasn't really many facts. It was mostly about trying to tell other people about how bad KONY is, which he may be bad. I'm not saying he's not, but I just kind of felt like it was more just trying to get publicity more than to give facts, because the facts stated in the short film were really simple. There were very few facts, you know what I mean? So that's just something, when you watch the film, you're gonna have to make your own decision on whether, you want more facts or if you're just gonna stay with the facts. That's entirely up to you. That's something I noticed. And while I was watching the short film, I was kind of thinking about, this. I know this may sound a little harsh, but bear with me. There's so many problems in America itself. Not everywhere, not every single inch of the country has major problems, but there's human trafficking in our own country, and I guess it goes along with the short film too. Like, at first there weren't as many people that knew about this sort of thing happening in Africa, but it's also the same thing with America. We have human trafficking. We have children who are being trafficked to become prostitutes. We have things like that, and I feel like if we're going to give so much effort to try and stop the child soldier situation in Africa, like, why can't we go ahead and put the same amount of enthusiasm to try and stop the trafficking of our fellow Americans? So that's just something I was thinking about. I mean, it's great to go ahead and help these children in Africa. That's totally fine. I just feel like we already have so many problems in America with sort of the same thing. I mean, it's so easy for, someone who should be put in jail to take a child or to kidnap someone and make them do horrible things. I mean, we've seen this with the many bombers who've taken innocent people and strapped them with bombs. So, I mean, we have that here in our country. I just wish that we could put the same enthusiasm into saving our own kidnapped children and kidnapped people in our own country. But, yeah. I mean, to be really real about it, if you really don't know anything about human trafficking here in our country, I live 30 minutes away from an area that has human trafficking, and it's a real thing, and there have been multiple stories. I mean, not everyone knows about it, I understand, but it's a real thing in our country, and we just have, I mean, again, it's not bad. It's not bad to go and help other people in other countries, but I kind of feel like we need the same support here in our own homeland as well. So, those are just some thoughts of mine on the KONY 2012. And if you're going to go ahead and help out with KONY, with the whole situation there, that's fine. I'm not against it. I'm a little bit more neutral about it because I don't think it's bad, but it's just something that every individual has to decide on whether they want to be for it or against it or neutral or whatever, But yeah, that's just some of my thoughts. Yeah. On to happier things. I will be filming a makeup haul, so keep tuned for that, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!